Hello, welcome to Nezo's Bad Shop. I'm your host, Nezo. You are looking at a blue box with some other blue lines and different blue and other blue. And yes, you see that it says 3Racing right there. And you also see a bunch of other words here like D5 Gang and Tandem Evolution and MR and D5 version 2.0. Evo. Yes. So, you're looking at the box, which is the Sakura D5 MR, the mid-motored version, but this is the second version of this car. The D5 itself has gone through many versions. Right over here, I have the D5 very first version, the rear-motored version. Motor's back there. And this one is the mid-motor, but being the 2.0 version, they made a couple of changes from the first mid-motored version. The main one being the drive axles, both front and rear. They put them as some sort of quick release thing, which was popular in the racing world. To the rest of us drifters, it wasn't quick release at all because they changed basically the drive axle and wheel nut. They changed that to an axle with threads in it, and you put a screw in it, and that was not quick release whatsoever. And so I've been told that this version has the standard wheel, axle, and nut, like this. So that's good. Now, the other thing I read online about this version was that they had gone back to the IFS style suspension, this style suspension, from a shock tower. And I was like, well, to me that's kind of going backwards, because when they ran this setup on this version car, it was a little stiff. Well, this is a little bit, this has been sitting for a while, but it was a little bit stiff, and we had to soften it up a bunch. But then when the shock tower came back out for the first mid-motored version, yes, that was a lot better, and it softened up and gave us more tuning options. So, having said all that, yeah, they've gone back to the IFS, but on this picture right here of the box, even though it says version 2 down there with a sticker, that's a shock tower. So, mildly confusing, but what I've been told is we get some extra bits in this box. We have some options, so that's good. Now, having said that, we then go to, excuse me 1 second, there we go. Alright, I had to flick off something there on the computer. It's making too much noise. Broke my concentration. Okay, but what I was going to say was, yes, we will move to looking around the box to see what is different between the other versions. And I can tell you, no difference. Other than that says V2. And all that is pretty much the same. There's nothing really that is changed there. Just reading it quickly. No, it's pretty much the same as the other box from the version 1, so they just version 2. Now, we're going to cut this open and dive right in. And as you can see, this was the RR off to the side here. This D5 here, I've also featured, driven, and unboxed, and I think I even did a digest. I'm not sure if I did, but I need to if I haven't. Excuse me. But anyways, this is the D5 Lite, the mini version. Excuse me, the mini version. I got a bit of hiccups. Excuse me for the delay there. But you can see how there's a screw in there? It's a screw threaded in there instead of a wheel nut. Anytime I put this car on boost, those just came right out, no matter how much blue Loctite I put on there. So yeah, definitely going to go back to wheel nuts. And this car I haven't driven much because that keeps coming off. So yeah, it's a little annoying. It can be changed, but again, annoying, so I haven't bothered with it. But this one has the wheel nuts. So let me place you down here and then take the old trusty knife, lift the box, and are you ready? Oh, come on, come on. Oh, fine, we'll do it this way. Nope. Okay, this is just not cooperating. There we go. It's gonna make some nice sound effects, but it's not happening. Look, tandem. Ooh, fancy. Okay, ready? New car box smell ready. Ooh, very nice. And with the opening of the box, we can see some things. So it's basically the same as the standard, the first version of the mid-motor, just with those few different changes that I mentioned, and that's pretty much it. So there's not that much difference. Oh, the other main difference was, you can see it in the photo there, see that magnet? They upgraded the magnet set, because this is the original magnet set, which is still very nice and strong. like actually really nice to be included in the budget kit, like solid magnets and the magnet holders. So they upgraded those to the smaller ones, which come on the Opera kit, which I have off on my shelf. So that's also the other main change. Magnets, the axles with wheel nuts, and they went back to IFS suspension, but I think we might have got some spare parts, so we may have an option. Now, just taking a look at what we got here. What is this? Immediately we see this is right on top, okay? See how this is thrown in on top? This assembly here is that IFS suspension. There's the block for it, the mounting block, there's the pieces. So that's basically the same as that. See, that's all this right here. So that's thrown in on the top. So that, yeah, we might have a shock tower in here. I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, that's good. Oh, I also forgot to mention, yes, this D5 version 2 I picked up at Elite Drift Shop out in Quebec. Bonjour mes amis, ça va? Moi, ça va bien. And thank you very much for helping me acquire this kit. So I added to my D5 collection of all the D5s I have. But yes, you can check out Elite Drift Shop at www.elitedriftshop.com. And yes, they're out in Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, Quebec, and that's only like 45 minutes south of Montreal. So it's not too far from there, and if you're around there or you're thinking about checking it out, go check it out. There's many things, including this, and lots of other good stuff there as well. So, moving on, we see this glorious, oh look at that, it's pre-cut out too. Pre-cut out sticker, D5 Drift, D5 Gang, Evolution, Tandem, Evolution, MR, D5 Racing. Yes, add to my sweaty D5 sticker collection. That's very nice. Just stick that over there, because that's just like, yeah, that's just, you know what I'm saying? Actually, I'm gonna put it over, no, put it back there. Yeah, okay. And then there's another sticker. Now, these ones are not pre-cut out. However, 3racing.shop, that's where you can get most of the stuff now. 3Racing stickers, nice. And it says, "Dear valued customer, thanks so much. We appreciate your most recent purchase and hope you enjoy your new items." Nice, a little note from the manufacturer with some extra stickers tossed in. Very nice. Right, we'll put that over there with the other D5. Nice. Okay, so then we see the manual. And wait a minute. This is not the manual. This is additional instruction manual. I like that. that's not the correct English, but it will work. I know what you're saying. It's kind of like a Rickyism. If Ricky from Trailer Park Boys, additional instructions manual, Julian. Like, what the freaking hell? So, anyways, okay. So, right. Let's get it set here. D5 Gang Evolution, blah 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 blah. Improvement fearers. Oh, that's a typo there. Improvement fearers, so it's supposed to be features. IFS absorber relocated, yes. And drive shafts upgraded, yes, that is correct. And the magnets, see the magnets there, different. So this is just this is like a giant addendum, basically. Additional instruction manual. It's an addendum, basically, but that's fine. This is good. And hopefully, to be honest, I hope the rest of the manual, the instruction manual, is printed like this, because this is of high quality. And crucially, the shading and coloring, you can actually see everything, because one of the other versions, and I forget exactly which one, I think it was the MR version 1, the instruction manual printed super dark, and it was super hard to read. And one of my buddies brought me their car halfway built, and they had so much trouble building it because the manual was unreadable practically, and they made a lot of errors, but it was because they couldn't read a lot of stuff. So this is actually pretty nice, and it looks like they've put a lot of extra addendum stuff in here, different colors for these circles so you know where to go. Very good. So that's awesome. So that's, yeah, so this is just the updated addendum. That's how to do the IFS, because I think the basic manual, this is pretty much, I think, just a V1. This is like a V1, and then they did the slight update here for the V2. So we're going to see what's up with that. But that's good. And yeah, okay, so that's that. So that's the V2 of it. Yeah, and looks like slightly updated instructions there too. Okay, cool. Let's move that over there, and we'll dive right in. First things we see, bag 7. This has a pinion, battery mounts, some screws, straightforward. bag 8 is pretty beefy. We got the Sakura, Sakura 3Racing drift wheels, which are quite hard, and they will work on certain surfaces like outside, I think, and not so much on our track at strictly sideways, the low traction polished concrete. There's the new magnets. See, they're the smaller ones, so that's nice. And on the flip side, the body post, the bumper, and oh, look at that, they even give you those chewy thingies for the axles. I wonder if you get both sets in here, if you get the standard axle set and the other one, because this looks like a 2-in-1, version 1 with the version 2 updates. I'm wondering if that's the case. And lo and behold, bag 6. So bag 6, there's the shock tower, and that is the front shock tower because I know what they look like. Bag 6, 100-weight shock oil, or number 100, whatever we want to call it. And the basic shock set there, which is just like the one you see right here. Very good, all straightforward, it's all there. Yep. 3-hole pistons is standard, okay, so no change there. This is the rear shock tower, so it's much larger, and I can prove it. You see, there's the rear shock tower. And what did I say the front shock tower looked like? There's the front compared to the rear, so you do get both. So you get the IFS inboard suspension, and you also get a shock tower, so you have options. So I like that. Okay, version 2, very good. We have both the shock tower and the standard, so I'm happy about that. There's the rear shock tower in bag 4, servo mount, which is well, this is the whole upper deck for the RR, but the other one looks like this. It's like a half piece. See, half piece, bad shot. And moving on. Get in there. Okay, so bag 4, that's straightforward. More screws and bolts and things. Servo savers in there. Okay. Bag 5, and okay, so suspension pins, rod arms, knuckles, rear knuckles, front knuckles, ball cups. I see some drive shafts. And look, so look, drive shafts, there's the original ones with the holes. Okay, so that's the one that's in one of the other MRs I have right now. Basically the same as that, so it gives you those. I think we're going to get both. We better get both, because they said they upgraded the drive shafts. There's the original ones, and I didn't see the other drive shafts yet, so that's in bag 5. Let's see, bag 1, we'll go with bag 1. That's the differential gear diff with number 5000 oil in it. For reference, YD2s come with 10,000, and this is metal gear, and the YD2s are plastic, just FYI. Now, bag 3, and bag 3 is, yes, bag 3 is a lot of the bulkhead, the upper deck, the aluminum motor mount, lots of bearings, transmission gears, front bulkhead, rear bulkhead, spur gear mount. Yeah, so that's a lot of the chassis main bits right there. That's that. I'm starting to wonder where the heck the other drive shafts are, because they said they updated them, and if they're not in here, I'm going to be sassing them. That or I missed them, which I don't think so, but I hope not. We're going to look at that addendum again real quick. So, bag 2, there's the chassis plate. That has not changed. That's pretty much the same as the other MR. I'm pretty sure we'll compare later. The lower arms, which are FRP. That's an FRP chassis, fiberglass reinforced plastic. And the lower arms, front and rear, multi-piece. So that's that. We'll put that over there. Yes. Okay. Now there's the sticker sheet, which has always been really nicely done. It's not pre-cut, but 3Racing really nailed it with their D5 sticker sheet. Very, very nice, as per tradition. So that's good. And the manual, which is the standard MR manual. However, they did print it a little better because, look, I can actually see things now. This is much more visible than the other manual. So they got the printing fixed. It ain't the best, but it is an improvement over what was previous. So that's good. In the digest, I'll have to show one of the really dark manuals and you'll see what I mean. But, yeah, that's the same. So yeah, this is the version 1 manual because that's showing the screw. See, that's supposed to be quick release. That ain't quick release whatsoever. So that's that. Okay, but this said it had upgraded drive shafts, right? Drive shafts upgraded. Okay. Now in the manual here, we're seeing the car kit. That's got the standard pieces. And okay, there's the front outer shaft. And there's the rear drive shaft as we were looking at it before. Okay. Now, going back, what bag was it in that we noticed that stuff was in? Yeah, so that's bag 5. That's bag 5 where we noticed the standard shafts were in. This is the... Oh, okay, they're buried in there. I see. This is the IFS, and buried in here are the drive shafts, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. We're going to check this. I'm going to stick you right down there, because I want to know. I want to know for sure, for sure. We dump out the parts into here. Yes, okay, but this... Okay, so, good. That's the IFS stuff. That's the IFS bits. And there's the upgraded drive shaft pieces. So there's the front. That's easy to do, the front piece. But the rear piece, we gotta rebuild the drive shaft. So that's a little annoying, to be honest. Because look, there's the drive shaft. See? There's the drive shaft. Okay? So what they want us to do is take that backside off ourselves and put that piece on ourselves if we want. Which I will, because those are freaking annoying. So, okay. So they're there. They are there. I thought they'd give a whole shaft, but they're not, but I'm glad they upgraded it anyway. Good job. So that's good bonus points for that, because I was like, where the heck are they? So, okay. Bravo. D5 MR version 2 unboxed. And of course, we'll get to building it real quick and get it on track and all that other good stuff. And with the proper shafts and the different magnets and the shock tower on the front. Very excited. So, thank you 3Racing for a nice update of the D5, because they've had many versions of this thing, and I don't know when they're going to stop, but it sort of feels like the YD2 that way with many versions. But I'm very glad and very pleased to see them continue to update it and listen to what we've been saying, which, yeah, we hated that quick release drive shaft thing, so I'm glad they upgraded those. Everybody did not, a lot of people did not like how stiff the IFS was, so they've given us both options now. Good, very nice, and some cool stickers. Great success. So yes, awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And if you've got a D5 MR version 2 or any other D5, feel free to comment. Let me know what you think, or tuning you've done, or this or that. This will be tested out of box, shakedown, of course, digest, all that good stuff, and more to come. Got lots of stuff planned, and I've got some other stuff in the works that need to be attended to before I can get back to heavy filming, but lots more to come. So stay tuned, and thank you all so much for watching, and thanks for everyone who checked out the K-pop video. You will see that thing shortly on the bench. Yes. Thank you all for watching, and like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.